Welcome back to our channel. Today, first up, we're diving into a fascinating piece of Australian currency, the 1974 Australian 20-cent coin. What's the story behind this vintage coin, and how much could it be worth today? Let's find out. The Australian 20-cent coin was first introduced in 1966, replacing the shilling as part of Australia's transition to decimal currency. But the coin we're focusing on today is from 1974. This coin, like most Australian 20-cent coins, features Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, or front side, and the well-known platypus design by Stuart Devlin on the reverse. A few reasons, including its rarity in high-quality conditions and its unique brown-toned patina that can develop over time due to oxidation and environmental exposure. When it comes to coin collecting, condition is key. For the 1974 Australia 20-cent coin, condition can make a huge difference in value. Coin grading is usually described with terms like fine, very fine, extra fine, and uncirculated. Today, we're focusing on what's known as a fine condition. In fine condition, a 1974 Australia 20-cent coin will show some wear, but still has most of the design details intact. If you look closely at the Queen's portrait and the platypus, you'll see minor signs of wear, but nothing too drastic. So, how rare is the 1974 Australia 20-cent coin? In 1974, the Royal Australian Mint produced millions of these coins for circulation, so technically, they are incredibly rare. However, coins in excellent condition are much harder to come by today. Over the decades, many have been lost, damaged, or worn down, making it challenging to find one in fine condition or better. Plus, demand among collectors for vintage Australian coins has been growing, especially for coins from the 1970s, so values for well-preserved coins have started to climb. Let's get to the big question. How much is this coin worth on today's collector market? For a 1974 Australian 20-cent coin, in fine condition, brown shadow, the value typically ranges $147,000. If you're thinking about selling your 1974 Australia 20-cent coin, here are a few tips. First, consider getting your coin graded by a professional coin grading service, especially if you think it's in higher than average condition. Graded coins are generally more trusted by buyers and can fetch a higher price. So, there you have it. The 1974 Australian 20-cent coin might make you rich, and it's still a fascinating piece of history with potential collector value. If you've got one lying around, check its condition, consider the collector market, and who knows, you might have a hidden gem in your coin collection. Next up, we're diving into a small yet significant piece of Aussie history, the 1972 Australian 20-cent coin. Now, you might be wondering, could a small, everyday coin be worth more than just its face value? Well, for coin collectors, the answer is often yes. And in today's video, we'll find out if this rare 20-cent coin could actually be worth big bucks. Before we get into the value, let's talk a bit about the history. The Australian 20-cent coin was introduced in 1966 when Australia transitioned from pounds and pence to decimal currency. This coin became an essential part of daily transactions. Featuring an iconic design by Stuart Devlin, it has a platypus splashing through the water on one side and Queen Elizabeth II on the other. The 20-cent coin has remained a popular denomination in Australia, but not all years are created equal. So why are we specifically talking about the 1972 Australia 20-cent coin? 1972 was a particularly high mintage year for this coin. As a result, collectors regard it as one of the more elusive coins. It's incredibly rare, like some limited editions. But finding one in excellent condition, well, that's a different story. Coins from this year, especially those that have circulated, often show significant wear. Coin collectors know that condition is everything. The coin market values coins based on their condition, from worn and circulated coins to those that look fresh from the mint. In the coin world, terms like good, fine, very fine, and uncirculated matter a lot. If you're lucky enough to have a 1972 Australia 20-cent coin that's been preserved well with minimal scratches or tarnishing, you're in for a higher appraisal. But take a look here. This coin has some brown toning, which can add a bit of character, especially if it's even and not caused by corrosion. A good condition coin from 1972 with natural toning can sometimes be of greater interest to collectors. So, you're probably wondering, how much is it worth? Well, it depends. If your 1972 Australia 20-cent coin is in circulated condition but still decent, it could be worth a $162,000 more than face value for sure. And yes, if it's in an exceptional grade, some collectors may even pay more. The 1972 Australia 20-cent coin is a prized find among enthusiasts because it's not common to come across one in pristine shape. If you have a collection of Australian 20-cent coins, there are a few things to look for. First, check the date and ensure it's a 1972. Next, examine the coin's condition. Look for clear details on the platypus design and Queen Elizabeth's profile. If you spot heavy wear, scratches, or dents, the value decreases. But a well-preserved coin with good toning and minimal wear will stand out to collectors. But remember, selling coins can take time. If you're aiming to get the best price, do your research. Check recent listings for similar 1972 coins in similar conditions, and don't be afraid to negotiate with collectors. While the 1972 Australia 20-cent coin is certainly a great find, there are other Australian coins to keep an eye out for. Coins with errors, such as double strikes or off-center minting, can also be highly valuable. Even some modern coins with unique features or rare years are sought after. In fact, if you're a collector, or just someone interested in Australian currency, there are plenty of interesting coins to explore and potentially profit from. So there you have it. If you happen to have a 1972 Australian 20-cent coin in good condition, it's definitely worth more than its face value, and in some cases, much more. It might make you a millionaire. It's always exciting to find out that a piece of change could be worth a small fortune to the right collector. Next up, we're diving deep into the history, value, and collectability of a coin that might just be hiding in your piggy bank right now, the 1980 Australian 20-cent coin. What's so special about this coin, and could it really be worth big money today? Stick around to find out. The Australian 20-cent coin is a staple in Australia's currency system, but not every 20-cent piece is worth a simple 20 cents. This coin was first introduced in 1966 with the switch to the decimal system, and since then it's been produced in various designs and years. Each year holds something unique, but the 1980 edition in particular is especially interesting for collectors. Let's take a look at its design. Like all 20-cent coins, the 1980 issue has the iconic platypus on one side, gracefully swimming through the water. On the other side, we have Queen Elizabeth II, as Australia is part of the Commonwealth. But what makes this coin special? The 1980 Australia 20-cent piece, in very fine or better condition, has become increasingly interesting to collectors. Let's break down why. The key factor in a coin's value is its rarity. So how rare is the 1980 Australia 20-cent coin? Well, it's an ultra-rare coin like some low-mintage coins, but due to the passage of time and natural wear and tear, high-quail specimens in very fine or better condition are now harder to come by. Collectors are looking for coins with minimal scratches, a strong strike, and clean details. So if you're lucky enough to have a 1980 Australia 20-cent coin in what we call very fine condition, where the platypus and the Queen's portrait are clearly visible with good detail, you might be sitting on something worth more than pocket change. But rarity alone isn't everything. It's also about demand. And right now, coin collecting is more popular than ever. During times of uncertainty, people tend to flock towards physical assets, and collectible coins have become one of the go-to items. The 1980 Australia 20-cent coin is one of those common yet iconic coins that reminds people of simpler times, which is why it's seeing an uptick in collector interest today. As more people enter the coin collecting hobby, demand for high-quality coins like the 1980 Australia 20-cent piece goes up, especially if they're in very fine or near uncirculated condition. That demand can drive prices higher than you'd expect. Now, let's talk about what you came for, the value. In today's collector market, the value of a 1980 Australian 20-cent coin in very fine condition varies. Generally, in average condition, it's likely worth just 20 cents. But in very fine to extra fine condition, collectors could pay $112,000. So it's a fortune. If you've got a good quality 1980 Australia 20-cent piece, you could definitely make a bit more than face value. And if you're a collector, it's a nice addition to a decimal currency collection. Not sure how to tell if your 1980 Australia 20-cent coin is in very fine condition? Here are a few quick tips for assessing your coin. In very fine condition, the platypus should have clear details on its face and fins. Look for any signs of wear on these high points. The Queen's crown, hair, and facial features should be distinct. Any wear on the high points of her face and crown may lower the grade. Once you've checked your coin, you might consider getting it graded if you believe it's in exceptional condition. A graded coin is often more appealing to collectors and can fetch a higher price. Whether you're a collector or just stumbled upon this coin, the 1980 Australian 20-cent coin holds a piece of history and, for some, a touch of nostalgia. So go ahead, check your coin collection, and you might just have a hidden gem in your hands. Next up, we're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting and exploring an iconic coin that has caught the attention of collectors worldwide, the Australian 20-cent piece from 1979. If you've stumbled upon one of these coins in your changer or at the bottom of an old drawer, don't rush to spend it just yet. This seemingly ordinary coin might be worth a lot more than you'd expect. At first glance, the 1979 Australian 20-cent coin may look like any other circulating piece. But as any numismatist, that's a fancy word for coin collector, will tell you, there's more than meets the eye here. Let's dig deeper into what makes this coin special and why it could be worth much more than its face value in today's market. The 20-cent coin has been an important part of Australian currency since it was introduced in 1966, when Australia transitioned from pounds, shillings, and pence to the decimal system we use today. Designed by Stuart Devlin, a renowned Australian artist, the 20-cent piece features an iconic image of a platypus on the reverse side. Devlin's platypus design has become one of the most recognizable symbols on Australian coins and has helped make this coin a collector's favorite. The obverse side of the 1979 Australia 20-cent coin, like other coins from this era, showcases the famous portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. This portrait was created by Arnold Machin and was in use on Australian currency for many years. Interestingly, this design of the Queen with her youthful profile was replaced in later years, which makes coins from this period even more unique for collectors. One of the most important factors determining a coin's value is its condition. Coin collectors and dealers use a grading system to assess the wear and tear on a coin, and terms like very good, fine, very fine, extremely fine, and uncirculated all refer to different conditions. The better the condition, the higher the potential value. And that goes for our 1979 Australia 20-cent coin as well. If you have a 1979 Australia 20-cent coin in very good condition, which is one of the more common grades for circulated coins, you may still have a valuable piece on your hands. Very good may sound like the highest grade. It means the coin still has strong detail and minimal damage. And with coins like these, any grade above good often means increased interest from collectors. So what is it about the 1979 Australia 20-cent coin that makes it valuable? First, let's talk about rarity. The mintage numbers, meaning how many of these coins were produced in 1979, were relatively high, but over the decades, many have been lost, damaged, or worn down to the point that they're longer collectible. Beyond rarity, there's nostalgia. For many Australians, coins from the 1970s represent a time of change and national pride. This cultural connection adds a layer of value that purely modern coins might lack. Now, let's get to the big question. What is the 1979 Australia 20-cent coin actually worth today? Like most collectibles, its value can fluctuate based on current demand and the coin's condition. Generally, a 1979 Australia 20-cent coin in very good condition can be worth $128,000 if you sell it to a dealer or on auction site. Speaking of errors, some 1979 Australia 20-cent coins have unique characteristics, from minting errors, which are highly sought after by collectors. Errors can include misstrikes, doubling design or double do, or planchet errors, which are flaws in the coin's blank before it's struck. If you have a 1979 Australia 20-cent coin with a noticeable error, it could be worth far more than a standard coin. So, if you're lucky enough to find an EA on your coin, consider getting it professionally appraised. Some collectors are willing to pay top dollar for these unique variations. So you've checked your change, found a 1979 Australia 20-cent coin in great condition, and are ready to cash in. But where should you sell it? There are a few popular options for selling collectible coins. Online auction sites, coin shops, and even local coin shows are great places to start. Just remember that values can vary, so do a bit of research to see what other similar coins are selling for. When selling online, make sure to take clear, high-quality photos of your coin. Potential buyers will want to see every detail, especially if your coin has any errors or is in a higher grade. If you're selling in person, such as at a coin shop, don't be afraid to ask for multiple opinions on the value, and remember, knowledge is power. So, the next time you're sifting through your change, take a closer look at those 20-cent pieces. You might just find a 1979 coin that could be worth more than you'd expect. It might make you rich. It's a fantastic piece of Australian history and a valuable addition to any coin collection. Next up, we're diving into a hidden gem of the numismatic world, the Australian 20-cent coin from 1999. It's a coin that's often overlooked, but in very fine condition, it may be worth a closer look. Could it hold unexpected value in today's coin collector market? If you're a fan of discovering the hidden treasures in your coin collection, or simply curious about the value of coins in today's market, then this video is for you. Let's explore the potential value, background, and tips on grading and selling the Australian 20-cent coin from 1999. First things first, let's dive into the history of the 1999 Australian 20-cent coin. Australia's 20-cent coin has been in circulation since 1966. The reverse side, designed by Stuart Devlin, features the iconic platypus, a unique animal that symbolizes the country's rich biodiversity. The obverse shows the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, as is customary for many Commonwealth countries. 1999 saw the use of the fourth portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. This design was used until 2019, and the 1999 Australia 20-cent coin is one of the more common coins in circulation. It may seem rare at first glance. Certain conditions and features could give it a surprising amount of value. In the world of coin collecting, condition is everything. A 1999 Australia 20-cent coin in very fine condition has moderate wear, but key features of the design are still clear and well-defined. This is an important point for collectors who are considering this coin's market value today. In this condition, the platypus should be fully visible, with some signs of wear but no major scratches or damage. Similarly, the Queen's profile should be visible, though you may notice some loss of detail in the hair and face. Now let's talk about the exciting part, value. On the coin collector market, the 1999 Australian 20-cent coin in very fine condition is typically valued $96,000. Always inspect your coins closely. Sometimes these errors can be hard to see with the naked eye, so using a magnifying glass can help reveal any hidden flaws or special features. So if you're thinking about buying or selling a 1999 Australian 20-cent coin, here are a few quick tips. When buying, make sure you're purchasing from reputable sources. Look for dealers with a good track record or websites that offer certified coins. If you're selling, be sure to accurately describe the coin's condition. A high-resolution photo will help potential buyers see what they're getting. Keep an eye on the market trends. Coin values can change over time, so patience can pay off if you're holding on to coins as an investment. For higher value coins, especially if you suspect a mint error, consider having the coin graded by a professional service. This can add to its value and help ensure you get a fair price. So is the 1999 Australia 20-cent Australian coin worth collecting? It may have the high value of rare or antique coins. It's a great coin for beginners or anyone interested in building a collection of Australian currency. Its relatively low cost makes it accessible, and with potential for minting errors, there's a chance of finding a rare treasure. This coin offers a piece of Australian history and a chance to learn about coin collecting without a huge upfront investment. And who knows? With the right find, you could uncover a valuable error coin in the process. Next up, we're diving into a coin you might just have sitting in a drawer somewhere, the Australian 20-cent coin from 1997. Now, you might think it's just a regular coin, but for collectors, this little piece can actually hold some surprising value. The Australian 20-cent coin, minted in 1997, features the iconic platypus design by Stuart Devlin on one side and Queen Elizabeth II's profile on the other. It's part of the decimal currency system Australia introduced in 1966. But what makes the 1997 Australia 20-cent coin so special? Well, let's break it down. First, let's talk about the minting process and rarity. The Royal Australian Mint produced 45.7 million 20-cent coins in 1997. Now, that might sound like a lot, but in terms of collectible coins, numbers don't tell the whole story. Coins from the late 90s are now over 2 decades old, and finding one in excellent condition isn't as easy as you might think. So what makes a 1997 Australia 20-cent coin valuable in today's market? There are a few big factors. First, condition. Collectors often seek out coins in pristine, or at least very good, condition. That means minimal wear, clear detail, and no major scratches. The condition can turn an ordinary coin into a highly prized collectible. While many coins from the 90s are still in circulation, finding a 1997 Australia 20-cent piece in top condition gets harder every year. And as collectors hunt for quality examples, this drives up its market value. All right, let's get to the part you've all been waiting for. How much is a 1997 20-cent coin worth today? Well, if you're selling an average circulated 1997 Australia 20-cent coin, it might not fetch more than face value around 20 cents, maybe $1 if you're lucky. In today's collector market, 1997 Australia 20-cent coins in very good condition can sell for a few dollars, often $97,000. So why does the value vary? Well, condition is the biggest factor, but demand also plays a role. Coins with visible damage or wear are less desirable. But if your coin looks almost as good as the day it was minted, collectors will see it as a rare find. Let's say you've got a 1997 Australia 20-cent coin in your collection, or maybe you want to start hunting for one. Here are some tips to help you out. So, there you have it, the story of the 1997 Australian 20-cent coin. A common coin at first glance, but for those who know what to look for, it's a small treasure that could be worth much more than face value. If you have one in very good condition, you might just have a valuable collector's item on your hands. Add visual aids such as charts, historical footage, or shots of people handling and examining coins to keep viewers engaged throughout. Adjust the pacing and tone based on your target audience to make it as engaging as possible. Next up, we're diving deep into one of Australia's most interesting pieces of modern currency, the 1981 Australian 20-cent coin. While these coins are usually seen as pocket change, some versions from 1981 can fetch a surprising value in today's collector market, especially in fine condition. So if you've got a few old coins lying around, it's time to check those dates. First, a quick history lesson. Australia introduced decimal currency in 1966, and along with it, the iconic 20-cent coin. Designed by Stuart Devlin, these coins feature the iconic platypus design on the reverse and a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse. The 20-cent coin has been a key part of Australian pocket change for decades, and like all currency, some years and variations have turned out to be more valuable than others. For many years, the 20-cent coin was minted at the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, but for a few select years, including 1981, the Royal Mint in London and the Canadian Mint also produced the 20-cent pieces. This makes some of these coins unique and rarer than others. So what makes the 1981 Australia 20-cent coin special? There were actually 3 different mints producing the coin that year: the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, the Royal Mint in London, and the Canadian Mint. Each mint has slight differences in the way the coin was struck, which can be identified by coin experts and collectors. Coins from the London Mint, for example, have slightly more pronounced details in the Queen's portrait and are often a bit thicker. Meanwhile, coins from the Canadian Mint have a subtle difference in the spacing and depth of the features. Because these differences are subtle, many people don't notice them, which is why finding a rare variation can be a bit of a thrill for collectors. If your 1981 Australia 20-cent coin is from a particular mint, you can start by carefully inspecting the Queen's portrait. The differences can be subtle, but with practice, you'll start to spot them. Coins from the London Mint, for example, usually feature a slightly different font and size for the inscriptions. Canadian Mint coins may have a shinier appearance due to their different striking techniques. It can also help to use a magnifying glass and a good reference guide to ensure you're identifying the coin correctly. Many dedicated collectors keep these tools on hand to evaluate their coins down to the smallest detail. Now, let's talk about value. If you have a 1981 Australian 20-cent coin in fine condition, it might be worth more than you think. Coins that are well preserved, with minimal wear, can fetch anywhere from $120,000. If you're new to coin collecting, here are a few tips to keep in mind. First, always handle coins carefully by the edges and try not to touch the faces, as oils from your skin can affect their condition over time. Next, store them properly in a dry, safe place to prevent tarnishing. And remember, getting coins professionally graded can sometimes add value if you're planning to sell. Make sure to keep good records of where and when you acquired each coin, along with any notes about its condition and estimated value. This can help you track the growth of your collection's worth over time. So, if you have a pile of old 20-cent pieces from 1981, it's worth taking a closer look. With a bit of luck, you might have a valuable gem hiding in plain sight. Whether you're looking to sell or just enjoy the thrill of collecting, it's all about appreciating the history and uniqueness of each piece. Next up, we're talking about the 2011 Australian 20-cent coin in extra fine condition and what's happening in today's coin collecting market for these coins. Let's start with a quick look at the history of the 20-cent coin in Australia. Introduced in 1966 as part of Australia's decimal currency system, this coin has had various designs and minor modifications over the years. But one of the most distinctive features on the Australian 20-cent coin is the iconic platypus, designed by Stuart Devlin, which is seen swimming across the front. While the platypus has stayed the same, certain 20-cent coins have unique dates, variations, or errors that make them highly collectible, and their value can climb depending on their rarity and condition. An extra fine grade means the coin shows only minimal wear, with most of the original details and luster intact. Coins from recent years in such good condition are more likely to hold or increase in value over time, especially when circulated coins show signs of wear quickly. Let's get into the current market value. While the face value is 20 cents, collectors are willing to pay more if the condition is extra fine or better. Recently, these 2011 Australia 20-cent coins have been selling in coin shops and online platforms for anywhere $67,000, depending on their grade and luster. Okay, so what actually makes a 2011 Australia 20-cent coin valuable? The answer lies in three main factors: condition, demand, and rarity. Collectors prioritize coins in extra fine condition or better, meaning they're nearly untouched by wear and tear. Because the 2011 Australia 20-cent coin in top condition is relatively hard to find, it's growing in demand among collectors who want to complete year sets. The 2011 Australia 20-cent is rare in the traditional sense. A coin in extra fine or better condition becomes harder to find over time. Now that we know what to look for, it's time to check if you have one of these valuable coins. Start by looking at the date. If it says 2011, you're on the right track. Next, examine the coin's condition. Make sure the coin has minimal scratches and clear details on the platypus and queen's portrait. The shinier, the better. If the coin looks nearly new, it could fall into that extra fine category. So is your 2011 Australian 20-cent coin worth a small fortune? Maybe not yet, but it can be worth more than you think, especially if it's in excellent condition. Over time, as demand for these coins in pristine condition grows, they might just be worth holding on to or selling for a higher price down the line. Next up, we're diving into the fascinating world of Australian coins, specifically the 2004 Australia 20-cent coin and its impressive value in today's collector's market. If you've been collecting coins for a while, or just stumbled upon an old change jar, there's a good chance that you've come across the Australian 20-cent coin. But what makes the 2004 20-cent coin special? Let's take a closer look. This coin was first issued as part of Australia's ongoing decimal currency system and has become a significant collector's item in recent years. It features the iconic Australian coat of arms on the reverse side, which is symbolic of the nation's heritage. On the obverse, it has a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Makhlouf, which is featured on many Australian coins from 1985 onwards. Now, what sets the 2004 Australia 20-cent coin apart from others? Well, it's important to note that it was minted in large numbers during the year. However, certain factors make it much more valuable today. One such factor is the coin's condition. Coins in very fine condition are in high demand, especially when they are well preserved and free from heavy wear and tear. When we talk about very fine condition, we're referring to coins that exhibit clear details with only light wear on the high points. In the case of the 2004 Australia 20-cent coin, the coat of arms and the Queen's portrait should still be easily distinguishable with no significant scratches or blemishes. It may have slight abrasions from circulation, but it should retain a good amount of detail. So what is this coin worth today? Well, while it may only be worth its face value of 20 cents when found in average circulation, a 2004 Australia 20-cent coin in very fine condition could fetch anywhere $81,000. You may be wondering, why has this particular coin increased in value? The primary reason lies in its demand among collectors. Australia has a vibrant coin collecting community, and any coin that's in good condition or carries a unique feature has the potential to become a sought-after item. Coins like the 2004 Australia 20-cent, particularly rare, have seen a rise in interest due to the growing popularity of numismatics and the hunt for coins in excellent condition. If you're wondering how to spot a valuable 2004 Australia 20-cent coin, it's all about the details. Look for coins with sharp, well-defined edges and clear imagery. The letters and numbers should be crisp, and there shouldn't be signs of deep scratches or discoloration. Coins that are well kept in a controlled environment, like a coin holder or display case, will generally maintain their value better than those that are tossed around in your pocket or drawer. In conclusion, the 2004 Australia 20-cent coin is a valuable piece for coin collectors, especially when found in very fine or better condition. It may be the most rare coin in Australia's currency history. Its unique design and the growing interest in preserving coins have certainly boosted its value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, it's always a good idea to keep an eye out for well-preserved coins like this one. Next up, we've got an exciting topic for you, the Australia 20-cent coin from 2001, especially when it's in fine condition. If you've got one lying around in your collection, this video could be your ticket to discovering its true value. Stay tuned as we dive into the details of this coin and its impressive worth in today's coin market. The 20-cent coin from 2001 is part of Australia's standard circulating coins, and it has an interesting design that collectors love. This coin, like others in the series, was issued by the Royal Australian Mint. The reverse of the coin features a design of an echidna, a spiny, egg-laying mammal native to Australia. This design was created by artist Stuart Devlin, who is well known for his work on Australian coinage. On the obverse, you'll find the familiar portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. The coin has a diameter of 28.52 mm and is composed of cupro-nickel, making it durable enough for circulation. But that's not the only thing that matters when we talk about value. Now, the key to understanding the value of this coin lies in its condition. As with any collectible item, the condition plays a major role in determining its price. A coin that has been kept in fine condition will often fetch a much higher price than one that has been heavily circulated and shows signs of wear. Fine condition is defined as a coin that has a clear, sharp design and very few signs of wear. The coin should be free from any major scratches, dents, or discolorations. The features of the echidna should still be clearly visible, and the Queen's portrait should remain crisp. On the other hand, a coin in poor condition, with visible wear and tear, won't be worth nearly as much. So, if you find a 2001 Australia 20-cent coin in excellent shape, you may be holding a hidden treasure. Let's talk about how much the Australia 20-cent 2001 coin is worth in the collector's market today. In general, coins from this era are still relatively affordable for everyday collectors, but there are a few exceptions when certain conditions or rare versions come into play. In fine condition, the Australia 20-cent 2001 coin can fetch $87,000 in the market. And that's all. If you happen to have a coin with a rare variation or in pristine, uncirculated condition, it could go for even more. Some collectors even consider paying a premium for coins that are in mint condition. So don't underestimate the potential of your 20-cent coin. So, what exactly determines the value of this coin? There are a few key factors to keep in mind when assessing its worth. As mentioned earlier, the better the condition, the higher the value. Coins that have been kept in a dry, cool place and protected from wear and tear are far more valuable than those that have been circulating for years. The 2001 Australia 20-cent coin is the rarest of Australian coins. Certain mintage years, errors, or variations can make a coin rarer. For example, some coins may have struck errors like double dies, which could increase the coin's worth significantly. Collector demand fluctuates. If there's a particular interest in Australian coins from this period or in 20-cent coins in general, the value could rise. Also, factors like economic conditions and trends in numismatics, the study or collection of currency, can shift demand for certain coins. Keeping an eye on the market will help you understand whether your coin could become more valuable over time. You could visit local coin dealers or attend coin shows to sell your coin in person. Be sure to get your coin professionally graded to ensure you're asking for a fair price based on its condition. In conclusion, the Australia 20-cent coin from 2001, especially in fine condition, can have real value in the coin collector market today. It's the rarest coin, its design, condition, and the overall state of the market can make it a worthwhile investment for the right collector. So take a moment to check your collection. You might just have a gem sitting there, waiting to be sold for more than its face value. Thanks for joining us today. If you've learned something new about the value of the Australia 20-cent coin from 2001, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more exciting coin tips, market insights, and valuable information on your favorite coins.